Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Triple Q report for Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. Before we look at the charts, I just want to, as usual, encourage you to please click like each and every time you watch the daily Triple Q report or any content you watch on the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It helps us out a great deal in terms of being found by others on YouTube. And also subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, you should do so because you'll be notified each and every time new content has been uploaded, and you'll be able to see it early when it's relevant and fresh. Let's take a look at the charts today. We did, as I'm sure you're well aware, if you've been following the daily Triple Q report over the last few weeks, we certainly tested long-term support on Tuesday. That today, Wednesday, is at 371.16. In fact, we settled just below it, but definitely inside the 1% violation threshold that I prefer strongly for technical buy and sell signals. And I'll get to that in a moment, but I'm just kind of showing this is really the big picture right here. 371.16 is really sort of a pivot point between the possibility of reaching 421.92 over the next few months or less, or 322.40. I'm going to say over the next few weeks or less. And that would be a clear settlement today below 371.16 by a 1% margin. But let's take a look at the near term here. I have this horizontal line that represents 371.16. We closed just below it. I don't consider this to be a valid sell signal. It's just too close to call. And above 371.16, as I was saying, we can push into the 420s over the next few months. But over the next 3 to 5 days, we could actually reach 390.57. We have some hurdles on the way up that would indicate as much. And over the next 2 weeks, 3 at the very most, 398.83 is in reach above 371.16. Let's take a look at the support and resistance for today, and we'll work upside from 371.16. I've got 377.57 as a solid intraday resistance area that can contain intraday or initial buying pressures. It is in reach today above 371.16. If we happen to push or open above it, 382.40 is likely. But, we could test 377.57 and then back off into the low 370s again on an intraday basis. And then pushing above 377.57 would indicate 382.40 within the day, and that level 382.40 able to contain daily buying pressures. And if we close above 382.40, that would be quite a rally, but we do have expanded volatility right now. If we close above 382.40, that 390.57 level is just 2 to 3 days away from being reached, where we can top out on a 2 to 3 day basis, possibly on a weekly basis. From there, we could fall back into the low 370s again within 3 to 5 days, given this heightened volatility. And then, of course, closing above 390.57, we're just a day or two away from reaching that more meaningful 398.83 channel top, where we can top out at least on a weekly basis, possibly into later February from that point in time. Let's take a look at the downside today. And if we break or open today below 371.16, 365.69 is in reach. We could get a decent bounce off of there. But, just know that selling pressures can continue to sort of pour in, if you will, the further away to the downside we get from that 371.16 long-term support. And so if we break 365.69 today, I think you should allow 358.33 on an intraday basis, where I would expect a daily low. Now, if we close below 371.16, I need to see that by a 1% margin for it to be a clear sell signal into February trade. And under that scenario of closing at or below 367.45, which is your 1% violation of 371.16, I would anticipate 322.40. Over the next 3 to 5 weeks, I think is realistic. It could be much quicker, could be within 2 to 3 weeks. It could take a little longer. It's obviously impossible to ascertain, and I will acknowledge that this sell signal down to 322.40, if it were to play out today with a settlement at or below 367.45, is inconsistent to some extent with what we're seeing in the daily SPY. The daily SPY is still, an appreciable distance away from its own long-term support, which is a very similar structure that we're finding right now at 371.16 in the Triple Q. I'll let you watch the daily SPY report to see what I'm talking about. I really don't want to weigh the two on an intermarket basis right now. I think you just trade the Nasdaq-100 or the Triple Q for what it's worth. And if we close at or below 367.44, 322.40 becomes a realistic 3 to 5 week downside objective. This, once again, is the big picture I'll leave you with. Actually, I'm going to leave you with one image after this, and that is to say that holding above 371.16 will keep 421.92 in reach over the next, I'm going to say, 2 to 3 months, and that becomes accelerated to within probably 2 to 3 weeks if we can get up and over that 398.83 channel top, which is itself probably 2 or 3 weeks away from being realized above 371.16. I think that pretty much covers it for the day. I'll leave you with the support and resistance. Please click like each and every time you watch the Daily Triple Q report and subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. You won't regret it. I think that's all I've got to say. I'll be back tomorrow for Thursday's Daily Triple Q report. You have a great day.